Are you a successful entrepreneur? Let me know if this describes you. Hey there, Enterprisers, what's good? It's Jason Ligo here again, and in this video I want to talk to you about what is the successful entrepreneur description. That's right, the successful entrepreneur description. We're going to go ahead and describe exactly what a successful entrepreneur looks like, especially in this day and time. In this particular day and time, with all that's going on in the world today, it seems like only a special breed are going to be the ones who make it to the success line, right? They're the ones who are going to make it to the finish line in terms of success, maximizing their dreams, making the kind of money that they want to make, living the lifestyle that they want to live. Only a handful are going to be able to do it, and that's the reality. With that said, let's go ahead and define what these are, at least give you the top 3 descriptions as I have seen it, not only now, but also in my journey as an entrepreneur on the way to the top, to living exactly the kind of lifestyle that I want to live right now. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Number 1 is drive. Drive. That's right, I said drive. The most successful individuals, entrepreneur or otherwise, are always the ones who are driven. More specifically, self-driven. And what I'm referring to is someone, again, who is doing something with passion because there's more behind it than just going through the motions, all right? I find that even in corporate America or some other field, the person who is showing up not just looking for a paycheck to punch in and punch out, but rather the person who's showing up with absolute drive. And you can see it in their eyes, you can see it in the way that they carry themselves, you can see it in the way that they handle themselves throughout the course of the day, the way that they approach their time management and look at the clock, the way that they're putting in their energy into their work. I always find that the person who does more, who's driven, ultimately, this is the same person who's going to maximize their paycheck, maximize their impact. All right. And when it comes to the field of entrepreneurship, no matter what business you're in, home-based business, online business, brick and mortar business, if you're driven, you're going to see results much more quickly and much more soon and much more plentiful than the person who's literally going through the motions. All right. Someone who's just punching in and punching out and doing the bare minimum. If you own this and if you're driven by something much more large than yourself and much more deep than yourself, oftentimes it could be something as big as riding on this. You know, for instance, the health of your family member, or just knowing that you are working towards a goal, wanting to provide a certain lifestyle or achieve a large purchase that you've been saving for, but also working towards. Okay, whatever it is for you, if you're driven, it's going to show. And I'm telling you that the most successful people, again, entrepreneur or not, number 1, they are driven. So check your drive levels and see how we're doing there. Number 2, decisiveness. Decisiveness. Not a lot is said about this, but I gotta tell you that this is one of the top most paramount elements when it comes to being a successful entrepreneur. Only because when it comes to business, the reality is it's all about making decisions, right? It's all about making decisions. And I'm a big proponent of making decisions deliberately, carefully, and very full of intention, and making sure that you're being, again, careful and deliberate in the way that you choose to do things. However, there comes a point in time where you have to just be able to act on something and take the impulse and be willing to make the hard call, make the tough call, and pursue it and seize an opportunity, especially if you recognize it to be a good opportunity, which doesn't come across just out of plain sight for very, very often. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where if you recognize what a good opportunity is, then what more do you need? What more do you need to seek from so-and-so who you might be able to reach just to get their opinion on something? Again, don't hear me wrong. I'm all for counsel. I'm all for advice, okay? I believe that the smartest people have a smart panel of people around them in different fields of their life, all right, and that could range from a lot of different things, whether it's your spiritual life, you know, your finances, personal development, whatever you want to call it. It certainly makes sense to have advisors in each arena. I'm a big proponent of that. However, like I said, if you recognize a good opportunity, especially as it pertains to your business, you got to be willing to make the tough call and say, yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this decision for myself. And more importantly, you have to be able to take ownership and be able to live with the decision, live with the consequences and the results of the decision, no matter what they are, but just being decisive about it. Let me give you a quick example about what I mean. A lot of you know that not only do I do online coaching and show people how to make money online with online businesses, and I'm big into crypto and investing and all these things. I'm also a real estate investor, and have been a real estate investor for quite some time. And I remember talking with a friend of mine who was telling me about a potential deal that he had passed up simply because he didn't have the opportunity to run it by his mentor. Now, I'm okay with having mentorship. I want to make that very, very clear, okay? But But in this particular instance, we were talking about real estate investments, more specifically off the market real estate investments. And it turned out to be a really, really good deal. And if you're a private real estate investor and you know creative finance, you know, you kind of understand what I'm saying here. But in this situation, he came across an off the market deal where the potential seller was in a very interesting situation. They were motivated, as we say in the business, and they were willing to sell their house at a discount, at a very steep discount. I want to say it was somewhere between 70 and 80% off of the after repair value, ARV. Again, if you're a real estate investor, you know what these numbers mean. But in short, those are really good criteria. Those are really good numbers. And he was telling me that they were willing to accept a cash offer at this steeply discounted price. And I asked him, did you run up a contract? Did you write up a contract? Did you make them an offer? And his answer to me was no, because he needed to think about it, needed to run it by his mentor. And I remember thinking to him, what are you thinking? Like, why do you need to speak to someone on that? If you already know, your mentor has told you that these are the numbers to look for, right? Especially in a case like that, real estate transactions, you can always leave yourself an out. You can always leave yourself an escape clause if necessary. Why did you have to run it by your mentor? Why do you need to think about it and have someone else consider it even before you make the offer, right? And needless to say, he lost out on that opportunity. By the way, let me take this time to say that none of what I'm saying here should be counted as financial advice, tax advice, or investment advice by any means, okay? I'm simply sharing illustrations and stories based on experience. This is for informational purposes anyways, and so make sure that you consult your own counsel in this regard. But again, he missed out on the opportunity. Why? Because he was not decisive. And so in business, especially the more that you go about your craft and the more that you practice your craft and the better you get at it and the longer you're in the game, you're going to find that sometimes these random one-off opportunities tend to present themselves at very, very interesting times in your life and in your career. And again, you have to be able to recognize good opportunities, but more importantly, once you recognize it, you've got to be willing to pull the trigger, be decisive, be decisive, be decisive. Number 3, and finally, determination. That's right, determination. It goes without saying. Determination is one of the determining factors if you're going to be successful in business or not. The reason being is not only do opportunities show up left and right in your business and in your life and in your journey, but more importantly, so do setbacks, and so do obstacles, and so do frustrations, and so do disappointments, and so do reasons for you to pivot in your business, as it were. With all of that happening, you've got to be determined, stay firm and grounded in what you're trying to do. Stay close to your mission. Keep in mind that drive that we talked about earlier, and know exactly what you want to do, and know that you're going to be pushing through all of these things to see yourself to the finish line, to the success circle, to the big money pot, whatever it is that is driving you and whatever it is that you're driving towards, okay? Stay determined, all right? I wish I could tell you that in any business, especially, if you to think about the online business and the home business space, which is where I make most of my, that's kind of where I live, right? A lot of what I do helps the home-based business entrepreneur and the online entrepreneur turn their business into a true business, right? As opposed to this opportunity-seeking, one and done, get lucky, pick the right system type of deal, right? Determination is what carries you through all of that. Determination is what helps you take in that mindset and go from an opportunity mindset to a true entrepreneur mindset where you're owning everything from start to finish, building a true business, a true enterprise, a lasting legacy that you can leave for your kids and generations after. That is what we're after. None of that will come unless you've got your determination dialed in. All right, my friends, listen, I hope this was helpful. Those are the 3 qualities and characteristics in my estimation that describe the successful entrepreneur. Obviously, we can talk about technical skills and mechanics and picking the opportunities and so on and so forth. But these 3 things are the core of what I believe will hold together and describe a true entrepreneur and someone who can be successful in just about any endeavor in their life. I hope this was helpful to you. Please give me a like and a comment and a share. Let me know if there's something I missed down here, something you'd like to add to the conversation, another quality or trait perhaps that you think would take precedence over these 3 that I've mentioned to you. But most importantly, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any more hot new content that I got coming down the pipe just for you. Also, if you hadn't had a chance yet to download my free ebook, it's my gift to you. It's in the link in the description below. It's the Digital Freedom Shortcut, and it shows you exactly what I did to leave the corporate lifestyle to living the ultimate laptop lifestyle and doing everything that I'm doing right now, having a blast. And it's my gift to you again, just for being a valued subscriber. Make sure you click on the link, subscribe, put in your info, and I'll get that ebook over to you. All right, that's it, my friends. I'm out of here. Have a great day. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.